Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning in to real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope everyone's having a good morning today. Let me start off bringing on my co-host, Mr. Johnny O.
What's up, Pop? How are you, brother?
Oh, you know, same shit, different day.
Yep.
How are you doing?
Not bad. Had to dig out the ice and the snow and then go to breakfast, so.
Fun.
Oh, yeah, great.
Better you than me, brother. Better you than me. I'm not going to argue with you on that anytime.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, we didn't get a lot of snow. We got probably an inch maybe, but it rained, so everything was frozen.
Yeah. Got to warm up the truck, melt all the ice on the truck, and
clean the driveway and the sidewalk. Yep.
So it's liable to be a short show today. I'm low on my phone and I'm not at home today.
Okay.
Oh,
Ain't much to talk about anyway, except the Super Bowl. So
no, not a whole lot to talk about except the Super Bowl. I'm rooting for the Eagles. I'm not. I'm still rooting for Miami, if anything, but I'm rooting for the Eagles today.
Yeah, well, I don't care who wins. I just want my boxes to hit.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm rooting for numbers, not teams.
No, but I'm up here in Tallahassee at my sister-in-law's place, and it's just an overcast morning.
That's what ours looks like. Ice and snow.
Miserable.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I cleaned everything off, then we drove and had breakfast and stopped at the son's house, picked up the 2 big dogs to bring them over so they could play with the 2 smaller ones, and because he goes mountain biking, so.
Yeah, you get your Dunkin'?
Oh yeah, got my Dunkin', got in the house, and then jumped on here, and it was just in time.
Yep.
I always get my Dunkin' on the way home from breakfast. And that's it. I'll be in for the rest of the day. I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, why would you want to in something like that?
Well, the major roads are clear. It's just in town. They're not, they've plowed down the middle, but a lot of people park on the street. And
people don't know how to drive in that stuff.
Yeah, well, they don't know how to drive normally. It just, this weather makes it worse.
Yeah. So, there's all kinds of, I guess, troll talk going on, of course, and we could care less about that.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see a million rumors on social media. You know, that's why I always say wait and see, because people can post whatever they want. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. When it happens, it gives us something to talk about. Until then, it's just rumors and people's opinions. And as we know, every fan base, everybody has different opinions.
That is true. That is true. I mean, there was an article I seen this morning, and I was laughing at it. Talk of Miami getting Sam Darnold.
Yeah, okay. I'll be laughing at that one too.
I mean, if something like that happened, it'd be like, what, why, where, when, how?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the surprises. Like when we got Hill, that was a surprise. There was no talk about that, and all of a sudden, boom, we traded for Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it a little more exciting.
Oh, yeah. And Dolphin Winners is going to try and get on this morning.
Is he working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he gets on, it'll be closer to 9:30.
9:30. Oh yeah, 9:30. We started at 9. That's right. Yeah. I'm like 9:30. Yeah.
Do you know your numbers on your boxes?
I have so many boxes, bro. I got to go through them. Because I run a bunch of them that I've been doing for years. So I have all those. Then I know people that run boxes, so they get in mine, I get in theirs. I got to print a bunch of them out. I got a bunch in my phone. I just got to print them out, so I have sheets in front of me, but I don't know how to do that. I got to give my wife my phone, and she knows how to send it to the printer, so she'll be annoyed with me when I ask her, hey, can you print all these notes?
Well, that's my wife always comes to me. Can you print this for me? Can you print that for me? I'm like, it's not that hard, honey.
Yeah, but if you already know how to do it, that's how I am. My wife knows how to do it, so I just hand her the phone. I'm here, print this stuff out.
Good morning, Jorge Callis. Thank you for joining us, brother.
What was that one thing in Messenger I sent you? Oh, I know what it was. I remember the Hall of Fame thing. Shannon Sharp got in. Yeah. Shannon Sharp got in, but Clayton's numbers are better than his almost all the way around.
Yeah, I saw that. That's right.
And nothing against Shannon Sharp. I actually like him. I thought he was a great receiver, and it sucked his career got cut short because of a neck injury. But, if he gets in, how come Clayton's not in?
Yeah.
And
it comes down to, they're saying Dan Marino, but at the same time, who's to say that Clayton didn't make Dan Marino better?
Right. Well, I mean, listen, it's a team game. It's not an individual. That's why it cracks me up when they say things like that. Well, he had Marino as a quarterback. Okay. Shannon Sharp had Brett Favre as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And he didn't play nearly as long as Clayton. His numbers are not as good as Clayton. That's what kills me about the Hall of Fame. How are you overlooking Richmond, Webb, Clayton? I mean, I know people say it, and I say it too. There's a bias against the Dolphins, getting into the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Shannon Sharp going in. I thought he had a great career. I loved him as a receiver. He was one of my favorite players when he was playing, even, that wasn't on the Dolphins. And, he gets in, but Clayton's numbers are better almost all the way around.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Clayton had less receptions, but more yardage.
Right, more yardage per average, more touchdowns, and played longer.
Yeah.
And poor Richmond Webb, he got overlooked for so long. Unfortunately, he's not going to get in because the only way he's getting in is when he gets to the senior level. Because look at the guys that are up next year. Look at the list. You look at the list of the guys that are up for next year, and there's a bunch of them that are. There's more than 5 that could be first ballot Hall of Famers, and they usually only take 5, maybe 6. So Richmond's going to get snubbed again next year, unfortunately. Which is ridiculous. All-decade team of the 90s. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree.
The Hall of Fame needs to. I get they want to make it exclusive, and it is an exclusive club, but they got to open it up sometimes. Maybe one year you take 8 people, maybe the next year you take 5, the next year you take 7. Because there's guys that are deserving of it.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, winners, what's up, brother?
Another lovely day in paradise. What's going on with y'all?
How much snow and ice did you get down there?
Oh, dude, it looked like frozen outside when I was going outside for work this morning at 6:30. It was like glacier ice.
Yep.
I mean, tiptoeing, trying not to fall. I'm too old to be falling, so for real. I told my driver, I said, dude, I'm taking my time. Take your time. I said, I am. Trust me. I can't. It's bad when the dirt is frozen.
Everything's frozen.
Yeah. Everything. Literally. And so we got another round of this stuff on Tuesday and Wednesday. So
there's more behind that too, brother.
Yeah, I heard.
There's another one next Saturday into Sunday.
Yep. I heard about that too. Now I know in our area they're talking only rain right now. So so far so good on that for us up here in Philly, but I don't know what you guys are getting in Jersey.
Well, we got about an inch of snow, but a bunch of rain on top of it, and everything froze. It's just a sheet of ice.
Yeah, buddy. Ugh. Give me snow over this crap any day. At least on snow, you can walk on snow.
Yeah, and usually when it snows, it's not as cold, so it doesn't freeze.
Right. Whatever, Scotty. We ain't trying to hear that shit up in the east, up further up north, man. We ain't trying to hear that.
What's Scotty say?
76 right now and absolutely gorgeous. I'm heading out to the beach.
Yeah, guy, no, get your ruler out and measure your 12 inches of sunshine.
Yeah, for real. Oh man.
I remember as a kid, when I say kid, I was probably 6 or 7. And I remember actually ice skating on the front lawn.
Now, if that ain't some hillbilly shit that I never heard of.
Well, I was living in Jersey at the time.
No, I know, but ice skating. We used to go to the pond and ice skate, but not on the front lawn.
Well, it was frozen solid, and so you were able to skate right on your front lawn.
Yeah, we didn't get enough. I mean, it's frozen, but if you step on it, it breaks.
Yeah, now it will. Now it will because it's warming up a little bit outside. But earlier this morning, it wasn't shit breaking. I tell you that right now.
Except for your ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't afford that.
Yeah, I went on about 7:15 to clean the driveway and the cars, and I just used a scraper and everything broke right up, and then I shoveled everything off to the side. So I got as much done as I could until my back started to tighten up. I'm like, that's it, I'm done.
Absolutely.
Supposed to warm up to about 40, so the rest of it'll just melt.
Right. So what else is going on, gentlemen? What else? We just talking about the game today or what?
We were actually talking about
Shannon Sharp and Mark Clayton.
Yeah.
Not Shannon.
Sterling.
Sterling Sharp, and Clayton, and the numbers. Clayton's numbers are better almost all the way around.
I know.
And like I said, I don't hold anything against Sterling Sharp. I mean, he had a great career. It was cut short by a neck injury, but if he's in, how come Clayton's not in? And his numbers are better almost in every category.
I'm just to a point now with the Hall of Fame. I mean, you think about it, and Richmond should be in there with everybody else. It don't even matter. It seems like it's a club for whoever they want to put up in there, and that's just how I look at it. I'm just over it, and I'm not trying to be biased because I'm a Dolphins fan. I see a lot of talent and a lot of players from other teams that should be in there that hasn't gotten in there, probably might not even have the chance to get in there, and it's sad to say that. It just seemed like, I see like a whole bunch of notable names, and I'm not saying that I'm taking anything away from their accomplishments and their achievements. Damn it, there's a whole bunch of other men that played this game that deserve to be in there. And Clayton is definitely one of them, and Richmond Webb should have been in this class. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't know. Richmond should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer with the stuff he put up, and all decade team of the '90s. How are you the all decade tackle of the '90s and you're not in the Hall of Fame when you made 7 or 8 Pro Bowls, protecting Marino's backside, didn't let him get hit? Like Papa Paul said earlier, people say, "Oh, well, he had." Dan Marino as a quarterback. Yeah, his job was to protect him, and that's exactly what he did. And Sterling Sharp had Brett Favre as a quarterback. So, it makes no sense.
Well, it makes perfect sense. They want whoever they want up in there, and the other ones shall perish. And it's sad to say it like that, but it's the truth.
It is.
So I'm really over the cliquish stuff. That's what I see and how I feel about that whole shindig still. It's a clique, if you don't, I guess, fit the requirements of whatever you're supposed to have done, which I don't know what more you can do. I mean, that's just how I look at it.
And I agree with you on it. One of the things they were saying is that it's Hall of Fame is done a lot by the reporters and voted on by the reporters and stuff like that. And they say if you don't get along with the reporters, you're less likely to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, the Hall of Fame is supposed to be accomplishments, not your personal beefs with the media or the media with you. I mean, how does anybody have a beef with Richmond Webb? The guy's the sweetest, nicest guy in the world.
I agree with you 100% on that, Johnny. I'm not arguing with you. Richmond Webb is one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Right.
And I agree with you. It's just I'm just going by what the article said. And if a news reporter has a beef with any of these guys, I just don't see it. Mark Clayton's a great, wonderful guy to talk to and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I said before, there's a bias against putting Dolphins in the Hall of Fame because of the perfect season and stuff, Richmond belongs in there. Clayton belongs in there. There's probably a couple more we could think of statistically to belong in there, but, with them only taking 5 guys a year, it's right. I mean, Eli Manning didn't make it in the Hall of Fame this year. In my personal opinion, he should be in. He won 2 Super Bowls. He's only got a 500 record for the regular season, exactly 500. But if Joe Namath is in the Hall of Fame, Eli definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame because Joe Namath sucked.
Agreed. I agree with you 150%. But it's because we already know in a few more years that we already know TB12 will be in there automatically because he got a couple more years left till he's eligible. So you already know he's going to go right in there with no problems whatsoever.
Well, no, I mean, he won 7 rings. There shouldn't be a question, but you got other guys that don't make it because they only take 5 in a year. And it's like, sometimes you might have to take 8. You might have to take 7 because they're worthy.
When did they switch that? Do you know when they switched that rule? Because there was a point in time they took more than 5 at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they still sometimes they'll take 6, but they might have to open it up one year and take 12. I mean,
Well, I agree with you on that. They need to, especially with every year that we go by, the more and more players you have that are, you look at their stats compared to what's being thrown up now and stuff like that, or even some of the new ones that are throwing up wonderful stats, and you let these other guys in, then you need to let some of these other guys in that have done what they've done. You need to have 10 or 12 going in the Hall of Fame, like you said, at times.
Yeah, and I get it's an exclusive club and you want to keep it that way, but your exclusivity is keeping players that are well worth it out of the Hall of Fame. And it's not just Dolphins. There's other players, from other teams. I mean, it's just, to me, it's insane.
I definitely hear you on that. I definitely do. Shit.
Scotty says the fact that Webb wasn't a finalist is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that a total loser like Omar Kelly has a Hall of Fame vote shows how the system is.
Oh, absolutely. To me, there should be no reporter in the world voting on any Hall of Famer for any sport. They didn't play the sport. They're biased. I mean, if you get a guy who lives in the Miami area, he's going to vote for every Miami player. If they live in the New York area, they're going to vote for every New York player. I mean, I just don't understand, and then you have to have somebody go in and fight for you and stand in front of the committee and come on. Just look at the stats. Look at what's in there. Compare them to them. Okay, yes, they're comparable. Their career was long enough. Their stats are good enough. Put them in the damn Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Hooked Up Joe. Long time no see, brother.
Hey, Joe, what's up, brother? And it's not just the NFL Hall of Fame. Any Hall of Fame should not be voted on by sports writers. You're a writer. You have a bias. If a writer walks into a room for the first time and meets a player and they don't click, or there's, the player says something they don't like and then has a nice long career and does things well, and that voter still doesn't like him, he's not going to vote for him. That's ridiculous. That's a bias.
Yeah.
Right.
There's got to be a better way. I'm not sure what it is, but there's got to be a better way.
Mm-hmm. I think the players should be the one that vote the players in. That's who I think that should be. I believe that's how it should be. The players should be the one to vote the Hall of Fame players in, because it's not like these players don't know who these guys are. So, that's who I really believe that should be voting in.
Just like Johnny always says about what Bruce Smith says. What is it, Bruce Smith that talked about?
Yeah. Yeah, the toughest tackle he ever played against in his entire career was Richmond Webb. Now, you have a Hall of Fame defensive tackle telling you the hardest player he ever played against, who had a great career, is Richmond Webb, and the Hall doesn't look at that and say, and Bruce Smith isn't the only one that's ever said it. He just said it in his Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of guys that'll tell you Richmond Webb was a beast out there. They couldn't get past him. They couldn't sack the quarterback. He neutralized whatever defensive tackle he was facing most of the time. I mean, Bruce Smith's a Hall of Famer, and he tells you that the hardest guy he ever plays against. What's that tell you about Richmond Webb? I mean, come on. Doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that, hey, the guy was good. He was great.
Right.
Put him in the damn Hall of Fame.
Mm-mm-mm.
And you have plenty of Hall of Famers that are still alive. Their vote should count a ton for it. Maybe poll ex-coaches, because listen, if you're a head coach and you played against these guys, you know how they were. You know what impact they had on the game.
Right.
Sports writers voting on it? Come on. I wouldn't trust 1/10 of these morons that are on TV. I call them talking heads all the time because they're so biased. When you get
not to change the subject, did you see the Dolphin player that passed?
Yeah. Willie, yeah.
He was 81 years old, though. He had a good life.
Yep.
You say he was 81?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's a blessing right there.
Oh, here's Scotty. What is going to totally suck is if Armstead goes into the Hall of Fame in a Miami uniform, that day will be BS for Webb.
Oh, absolutely. And the problem is Webb's so far past his playing days that, like I said, there's so many good guys that are coming up next year, the year after that are eligible. They're going to keep skipping over Webb.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, what the fan base did with Allie and Maria and Ashley and everybody else that was involved in putting together the push for Richmond and making videos and sending emails and letters into the Hall of Fame. It's fantastic. But the problem is they're just going to keep overlooking him. He'll make it to the semifinals again next year, and then he won't make the final 15 or whatever they cut down to, and that'll be that because he's so far past his retirement.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I agree. I need to reach out to him, see if we can get him on the show again.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we'll have time. So definitely, we need to start reaching out to some folks and see if we can get them on the show, and fill up, some time and conversate with them and stuff like that. Would love to have Richmond back on the show.
I tried getting one of the Dolphins cheerleaders on the show and all, but that didn't pan out.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to have one of the girls that's actually down on the field for the games and see what they go through and talk about everything that they do. So,
well, that's what I wanted to do, but she wanted to get paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're a small podcast. We don't pay people.
Yeah. We don't get paid.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
We don't get paid. We can't afford to pay somebody else.
It'd be nice if we were up that status, but it'll be a long time before we get to that status.
Mm-hmm.
So how's Mama doing, Winters?
Everybody's good up here, brother. We just sitting there just trying to unthaw so we can actually commute and then be frozen again on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and probably Saturday and Sunday, like Johnny just said. So what the hell? That's basically that's the move right now. Everything is easy peasy up here. But it's just the weather. The weather bipolar as hell right now. Because I've seen, it's kind of crazy that I've seen weather like this before, and then the following weeks it'll be in the 60s and 70s, and we still got March. That's the scary part.
Yep. Because March could be absolutely beautiful. It could be absolutely horrible.
Absolutely. And Johnny, trust me, we both know. We know about March very well. Because that's when we got that 30-something inches of snow about almost 30 years ago. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
2007, we had snow on March 16th, the day before St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go into work that night. And that's when I had the accident and twisted my spine all up and screwed my back up.
Mm.
So, yeah, I mean, we could have snow all the way. Sometimes we get snow in April.
Until April. Shoot, I remember one year I was wearing my winter coat in May. So you trust me.
Yep. May, you could be sweating your balls off or you could be freezing.
Yeah, I'll never forget that it was 30-something degrees in May. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? This is not right. I should not be wearing a winter coat in May in Philadelphia.
Well, like I say, I always say, better you than me.
You know what I mean, y'all got a taste of it. You know, you was crying a couple weeks ago. It's okay. You know.
Yeah, but I cry when it's below 60.
Oh my goodness. Dude, I'll take that right now. I'll take 50s right now. Right now.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
100%. 50s rain. Give me 50s rain with no precipitation on the ground. I'm good. I won't complain.
I'll take 50s with a little rain. I don't care.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, I'll take it seriously because this right here, this is for the birds. Anything on the ground where I know I can't afford to be falling. Hell no. Mm-mm.
Dude, this weather ain't even for the birds. They fly south.
Trust me, we saw them flying south the other day. The geese was flying all over the place in a flock, and I'm like, yeah, they getting out of here because they know something heading this way.
Okay, let's take a quick commercial break, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Make sure you get some of Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. And don't forget the cheesecake.
So hold on for a second.
Okay. Oh, I think I see a crack of sunshine out here.
We have sunshine, just cold.
You got sunshine. I got clouds here, brother. I ain't got no sunshine or nothing out here.
Yeah, we got a little bit of sunshine. Not much, but a little.
So, oh man, I'm just ready to get this
What's
day
your
done.
opinions on today's game winner?
Eagles win. I think if the game is close, Kansas City wins. Eagles got to blow Kansas City out to win the game. That's just my whole observation of that, straight up. But
Have a good day, hooked up, Joe.
yeah, I know Eagles blow them out, they win. If it's a close game, I think Kansas City comes out on top. And it's sad to say that because we've seen this storybook before. We've seen this story before. If the game is within, I just mentioned this to my Lyft driver this morning. I say if this game is within 3 to 7 points by the fourth quarter, man, y'all better have your heart medication together, whatever Tylenol you got, whatever you're drinking, whatever you are doing. Make sure you got an overabundance of it, but just don't do it all at once trying to get through the fourth quarter because it's going to be that type of game. So, you know. So, I mean, Scotty, I love how everybody's saying that the 3P has been written and all that. I don't believe it. I don't believe that the 3P has been written. I believe that Philadelphia is the better team. Now, you know, I'll sit there and see it like everybody else on the globe later on tonight, what's going to happen. But I think the Eagles win this game. I do. Philly is the better team. I mean, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and the Kansas City Chiefs is the man, but Philly is the better team. So we'll see what happens. You know, I know some things I will say is the majority of the fans are taking it serious, but you do got your fans that's here that I had to sit there and shut down the other day and tell them you ain't win shit yet. So you need to sit there and calm the fuck down. Yeah. And let them know, like, bro, you are going against Kansas City and the referees. So I don't care what the commissioner says. I don't care what the officials say. The Kansas City Chiefs get preferential treatment. I don't give a damn. Seriously. So yeah, Bills were the better team, Scotty, but you know how the Bills do when they got to go into Kansas City. Now, if they were playing that game in Buffalo, I would have sat there and probably gave Buffalo the more of the advantage playing at home. But anytime you got to go in an Arrowhead and play Kansas City in Kansas City, forget it.
Oh
So,
yeah.
forget it. So I think it's going to be an interesting chess match on defense. I'm looking for what Spagnuolo's going to do for Kansas City, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Fangio's going to do for Philadelphia. That's the key. That's the keys that I'm looking forward to. Because the way I look at it is this: today is Saquon's birthday, and you don't think that man gonna sit there and try to run his ass off later on today against that run defense? Because I'll tell you this right now: Kansas City's run defense is not that good.
I agree. I agree with that. I mean, it's the man is. I would not be surprised if the man has 200 yards rushing.
Hey, listen, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If that man want the rock, you feed him the fucking rock. And if they can get a rhythm beginning of the game with the running game and take the game out of Hurts' hands and put it in Saquon's hands, you better ride that train until the wheels fall off. Seriously. Because the dude he's been phenomenal all season. He has. You can't take nothing away from him. He's had his best career year here in Philadelphia. You can't take nothing away from them with that. Yep. With the way they block on the offensive line and the way they block on the outskirts with their tight ends and their wide receivers, they do a very wonderful job blocking. So I can tell you this right now: everybody's going to have to be fun. It's going to be one of those games where whoever makes the least mistakes win this game as well too. So it's going to be a good chess match between these two. They see each other just about 2 years ago. And trust me, I think Philly definitely has a bad taste in their mouth after that first time they faced them in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So I really feel like this is like revenge. Like they really, really want this. So yeah, man, that Philly. I'm gonna tell you something, Scotty. The Philly O-line for the last literally 15 years has been one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Howie Roseman was closely getting chased out of Philadelphia years ago. Now he's almost at the pinnacle and might have a chance to bring them a second Super Bowl here in Philly. So, it's going to be interesting. I listen to the sports radio. I did like a lot of the Philly fans. Because I'll be honest with you, like a lot of the Philly fans here are like, yo, we want to win, we want to beat these guys, but we know who we're going against. So they get it. They do. You know what I mean? So a lot of them do, but you do on both sides, but you do got some Philly fans that already feel like they won this shit and they ain't won shit yet. And that's the ones I want to see on Tuesday when I come back into work. Because there's one in particular that gloats all the time, and I'll be the first one to tell him, I feel bad for everybody else. If they lose, I'm going to tell him, I feel bad for everybody else, but I'm going to gloat right in his fucking face because he knows I'm a Dolphins fan, and he knows damn well I don't play that shit. So you better, pick your poisons and watch how you speak because that shit will come right back to you tenfold. And I'm kind of hoping Philly does win for my mom's sake. But if they don't, I got this one fan, I'm going to definitely sit there and give it to him. Everybody else, I'm like, this ain't for everybody else. But for him, I got something special for him. Trust me.
Well, that's like the knuckleheads that run out and get a tattoo before the game's ever played. Oh, my God. Are you kidding?
Oh, my God. Like that dude from Buffalo last year that had the Buffalo Super Bowl champion tattoo already on him.
Yeah, before the AFC Championship game, he got it put on. And I'm like, are you crazy?
Oh, you got to be nuts. No way. No way, no how. No way. That's insane. I'm sorry. I ain't doing that. Unless you're a fortune teller and you can say that they were going to be at this. No, hell no. Shoot. Because I know there's some Detroit Lion fans that got them tattoos already too. So, and I know they probably going to the tattoo, the laser removal place right now to get it removed as well.
Yeah.
And so, but all I want honestly is a good game. I just pray that nobody gets injured. And I just want to see it. I want to see a good game and an entertaining game. That's all I really want to see. Both teams are deserving to be there. They worked their asses off to get there. this is what you play for, to be able to play on this Sunday that the whole world gets to watch. This is like an actual holiday, a global holiday, as of sorts, literally. Nothing is bigger than the Super Bowl. So I'm going to be really tuned in. I'm looking forward to the halftime show. I'm a huge fan of Kendrick Lamar, so I'm looking forward to that. And to all the people that's going to complain about the music at the fucking Super Bowl, save your shit till afterwards, because I don't want to have my phone blowing up every 5 minutes because people are complaining about this person. Listen, music is music. You like what you like. I tell anybody, I have no problems with if Kiss was in the Super Bowl halftime show. I ain't got no problem if Hall & Oates played the halftime Super Bowl show. I don't have a problem because I have a wide music range. So save your bullshit comments, because I already know that's going to be on Facebook later on, because I'm not trying to hear it. Like, I'm like, look, we suffered through some putrid halftime shows where I'm like, what the hell? Why the hell did they have this person? So everybody's going to like what they like. It is what it is. Just enjoy the moment, because you got to think about it. We're not getting football again until August. So, unless you're going to watch the UFL, and I don't really concentrate on the UFL like that, but I'll still watch it here and there.
Yeah, listen, the halftime show is the halftime show. They're going to have different music each year because there's so many different genres and there's so many different people that watch the damn Super Bowl. So
Absolutely.
You don't have to love it. You don't have to say it was the best halftime show ever.
Mm-hmm.
I very rarely watch the halftime show. That's when I jump up, I'm running around, I'm doing stuff, I'm checking boxes. So I don't even care. I don't care whose music it is. Doesn't matter to me.
Scotty. No, I'll never forget that one. I'll definitely never forget that. That's definitely going to always be memorable. But I'll say one of my favorites will always be the Prince halftime show when he performed in Miami for the Colts in the Chicago Super Bowl. Like that was one of my favorites, and so, definitely.
You're breaking up there, Papa Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone's about to die.
His phone died.
Yeah, he said the beginning. He said in the beginning of the show. He goes, "It might be a short show because my phone's not charged."
Oh my goodness!
He was at I think he said his sister or sister-in-law's house.
Right.
So he's like, "My phone's probably gonna die." And it died.
Oh, look, I know I'm not going to be on here too much longer because I got to return back to work myself. Oh, there he is.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. I got him. There you go.
My phone is about dead.
No, we kind of figured that as much.
So we'll just call it a day.
Definitely.
Appreciate you guys joining in.
Appreciate you too, man. You just take care. I hope you guys and everybody, I hope whoever, to the 5 people that are watching, thank you very much for tuning in on all platforms. To everybody, please enjoy the Super Bowl and enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Monday, and we'll talk about the Super Bowl and other things that come up in sports. And we appreciate every single one of y'all, man. I appreciate you, Johnny, and I appreciate you, Paul. I hope you guys have a great day. Definitely.
You too. Peace, love, and fins up, everybody.
Peace, love, and fins up, all.